What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update, guys. This is a double whammy for Trump, guys. Win-win situation. You're now going to be keying in exactly how Trump is going to be winning later on this year, sitting that seat as president. 2024 elections, guys. Also got a huge update coming on Trump's lawyer, Sidney Powell. So now all charges have been dropped and dismissed against her, where they were trying to say that she was seeking to overturn presidential election. Now they're saying that she was, expressing her basic freedoms and liberties of the Constitution, basic constitutional rights. I'm excited to check some out and see exactly how this may be a win for Donald Trump also. So I'm going to get straight to the clip and I'll get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so I can get my thoughts on the back end. And also YouTube pushes this video out. Definitely stick around till the end, you guys. But let's get straight into the clip. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Sidney Powell, the Kraken, fights off disbarment in Texas. And this is an update on how's Trump going to win? How are we going to get the election stuff figured out? I have two articles to give you an update. You'll be all up to speed on Trump's plan. It involves hiring an enemy. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. This is where we hang out, encourage each other in a community, and you participate by saying hi in the comments and let us know you're there. This is not a one-way show. We need you. This is from Defending the Republic. Join the fight to preserve the foundation of America. Sidney Powell announced this, and so I read it on Twitter, and I thought I'd report it to you. The important victory for the law itself and for Sidney Powell. The Dallas Court of Appeals has affirmed the Texas State Court's dismissal of the Texas bar's case against Powell. After 3 years of litigation, the Court of Appeals held the bar had no evidence Powell violated any disciplinary rule in filing 4 federal lawsuits in the aftermath of the 2020 election. Sidney Powell, remember, these are the 4 lawsuits that were dismissed, and then they tried to disbar her for it in Texas, and she can still practice law in Texas because this court said, nope, she did nothing wrong. It's important because this is part of the battle of free speech about our elections, and Sidney Powell is one of my who I think of as a pretty good thinker on the subject. So now that we've established her free speech, what's the state of the union on the elections? We're over here at the Hill. Trump campaign planning to deploy 100,000 attorneys, volunteers to monitor vote counts. The Trump campaign and Republican National Committee on Friday said it planned to have more than 100,000 attorneys and volunteers in battleground states to monitor vote counting in November's election. This was led by Laura Trump also. His daughter-in-law has been pushing for this. The campaign announced it would offer training sessions every month on monitoring vote sites and tabulation centers. Poll watchers would be observing and reporting any irregularities, and lawyers would be prepared to respond to any potential issues. So this is important because it shows that we need our people on the ground. Simply observing things is the one thing that you shed light on stuff, and you just want more eyes on it at all levels to keep this stuff from happening. The announcement, which the campaign and RNC dubbed, quote, the most extensive and monumental election integrity program in the nation's history, unquote, underscores the degree to which former President Trump's fixation on a certain claim, I got to find a way to say this to not get my channel in trouble, that he's working on stuff for his 2024 bid to the White House is how we'll put it. Quote, having the right people to count the ballots is just as important as turning out voters on election day. Republicans are now working together to protect the vote. So every Republicans and Democrats should be for this and ensure a big win in November 5th, Trump said in a statement through his campaign. The campaign and RNC said they plan to focus on ensuring integrity around early voting, election day voting, mail ballot processing. That is, they can go in and make sure they're doing signature checking, post-election audits and recounts and machine testing, which is all very important. We should be involved in every one of those fronts. In addition, each battleground state will operate an individual hotline for poll watchers to report potential issues. So if something goes wrong, you'll be able to find those phone numbers and rat people out. Here's Charlie Spies, who is the RNC's general counsel, and there's some controversy about him.
And those checks and balances are done in a bipartisan way. Any votes can be tracked in terms of what's on the machines, and then you can go back and make sure it wasn't tampered with.
Because he's technically from the enemy's camp. President Trump has said that the Republican Party in November needs to be too big to rig, unquote. RNC General Counsel Charlie Spies said in a statement, very weird that we hired this Democrat operative and his name is Charlie Spies. It's actually pronounced Spies, but this is too juicy for the news, too hilarious. Quote, the political team will be working to ensure a huge victory for Republicans at all levels, and RNC Legal is committed to making sure the victory can't be rigged. So who's Charlie Spies? He's one of the good buddies of Mark Elias. Mark Elias is the biggest Democrat voter who I think is a fraud, but he's the one that always says that any kind of limitations to mail-in ballots or vote expansion on the Democrat side is Jim Crow trying to shut out, the wrong kinds of people. And he's hysterical. And Mark Elias has been going all over MSNBC talking about this stuff because he knows that Trump's going to win. He's afraid that Trump's going to win. Anyways, his best buddy used to be Charlie Spies. Both these guys have given Sidney Powell heck, especially Mark Elias, on her good work in the courts. So now Trump hires this guy to help run our side. He's our legal counsel. There's pictures of him buddying up with Ronna McDaniel. Sebastian Gorka's given him flack. Mike Lindell has called a siren on this guy. Steve Bannon has said this is a big mistake on Trump's part. And so, I don't know what's going to happen with this guy, but it sounds like you hire the right lawyer. Who better than a Democrat lawyer who's used to working on their oddball elections and bring them over on our side? I think Trump could be making a wise move. We'll find out on November 5th. Is Charlie Spies going to do good work for the RNC, or did we make a big mistake in having him be our general counsel? Trump campaign and RNC said it will take advantage of efforts around early voting and ballot harvesting where legal to keep up with Democrats who use the same programs to bank votes ahead of Election Day. We're taking some of their room. Trump said about a year ago that we were going to go into mail-in ballots and up the count and do ballot harvesting. Trump said, where legal. That is, if the Democrats do it, the Republicans have to do it. And this could be the most significant change to get Trump votes, because Republicans famously don't like doing mail-in ballots and ballot harvesting. We always wait for Election Day results and we get stomped by Democrats. This could bring in Trump, I think, an easy 5% more votes. That's my opinion on it. We'll have to find out.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. Kind of relieving to finally see, some justice being served. I felt, we were losing a lot of faith in the legal system. They were now seeking to disbar Sidney Powell. She had pleaded out of that case. And then they were trying to take her license away, practice law, now being rid of all charges, guys, all charges being dropped. And I mean, rightfully so. We got to think, she was just basically, acting on her job and her constitutional rights, her liberties, freedom of speech, asking questions. I mean, you can't persecute someone for asking questions. You can't prosecute someone for asking questions, I should say. But I feel like it was a persecution just because she's associated with Donald Trump. Being Trump's lawyer comes with a high tax, a high price. especially, when dealing with those on the left. And that's what, Sidney Powell just seen there is she was battling it out, not only a court case, but also fighting for, not getting disbarred, guys. Definitely another huge win for Trump and his team, to see that Sidney Powell is not, going to face losing her license to be able to practice law. Then we got another huge update coming on Donald Trump and the election later on this year, as Trump is now grabbing this thing by the horns. He is not sitting aside and, kind of, waiting to see how it plays out. No, he is hopping in front of the ball, guys. He's getting on top of it, and now he's deployed over 100,000 attorneys, guys, to oversee what's going on in the election later on this year. Make sure none of the things that happened last cycle happens this cycle. They're going to be monitoring not only the voters and the way they are voting, but also the way the ballots are being counted, the way signatures are being matched, the machines, whether or not they're working or not. It's all going to come in and play a factor, because you got to think about it, guys. I mean, if we get the voters, make sure they're not doing anything fraudulent, and we're not getting any ballot stuffers or fraudulent duplicate votes, anything like that, then we have to start assessing the factors on the back end, such as who is counting the votes, who's matching these signatures, whether or not these machines are working, and making sure we have no duplicates. I mean, I feel like this is, the right measures to be taken from Donald Trump. He's being, rather safe than sorry. You have to get in front of the 8-ball on this one. If he sits aside and, just hopes for the best again, playing for the steal. But no, Donald Trump is too quick with it. Him and his team, way ahead of the game. Deploying over 100,000 attorneys. And then we have Trump making a questionable move where he is, now installed Charlie Spies, RNC legal counsel, an attorney to look over what's going on in the election. We know this guy, Charlie Spies, not to have the best rapport, but I guess Trump is going to roll with him, being that he has overlooked, things on the left before, and he has good expertise as far as election goes. I mean, if you've done it on the left, I think you could come and teach, the method and what the left is doing on the right. And I think this is what Donald Trump is trying to do right now. He's trying to get, a good feel for what the left may be doing, get all possible outcomes coming for Charlie Spies. Hopefully he's forthcoming with Donald Trump. And he's very transparent, lets Trump know exactly what he knows, because this guy could be withholding information and aiding for the left again. We never know until it truly plays out. Hopefully this is one of those, keep your friends close, keep your enemies even closer situations, where Donald Trump is trying to essentially monitor Charlie Spies, make sure he's not doing too much, for the left or going too far. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this, though. We got, Sidney Powell being rid of all charges now. Charges being dropped. She will not be facing any disbarment. And we got Trump with a huge election update, now deploying over 100,000 attorneys, including Charlie Spies, who is a questionable figure. Don't know how this is going to play out, guys. Definitely have a comment section and let me know your thoughts on this one. How you guys think this will play out? Seeing a huge win for Donald Trump, Charlie Spies being deployed, along with those 100,000 attorneys, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one.